Hey everyone, it's Lisa and today is Wednesday. Happy hump day. And today I thought I would share with you some of my favorite powder foundations. When I use a powder foundation, I typically do not use it all on its own. I am using it either over a foundation or over like a BB CC cream. One of my favorites is the Shiseido BB Sport. Typically, you know, when you're using a powder foundation, you want to use it over something that is dried down. Now, if you're using it over a foundation that does not really dry down, like for instance, the IT CC cream or something like that, what you'll need to do is do a light layer of your translucent powder before you go in with any of these powders I'm about to show you. Otherwise, they are going to grab too much and they're going to leave a huge splotch. And because they're powder foundations, they're going to be, you know what I mean, thicker. And so you really need to go in with your translucent powder first so that you have a good, you know, slip on your face to put these powders on. If you're using something like Estee Lauder Double Wear that just dries down so nicely, then you don't have to do that. So it kind of depends on, you know, with me, it depends on what look I'm going for, what foundation, you know, what tone I want. There's just so many things that go into what foundation I use. But these are my favorite foundation powders. A lot of them I have loved for years and years. I have bought over and over. And then I've got a couple of new sets that I wanted to show you. Okay, first of all, I'm going to start with my oldest and best, the best powder foundation ever. It's a mineral powder and it's the Mercier Loose Mineral Powder Foundation. Now I used to love the pressed version of this too, and then they discontinued it. Now they are discontinuing the mineral powder foundation. It is the craziest thing. I don't know what in the world would make them do that. It gets like 4 or 5 stars on every review. People love this. This is something, I can't even tell you how many of these I've bought. And so I'm not really sure. The only thing, you know, everybody tells you something different. You can ask the counter manager at every single Laura Mercier counter and they're going to tell you something different. But what I was told is that Shiseido bought Laura Mercier, the big Shiseido company, and they also own Bare Minerals. So they are just going to go with the Bare Minerals. That could be totally crazy, but that's what I was told. The reason I am showing you this is, one, it's still one of my favorites. I have stocked up, so I may still be using it. I have found some other really good ones though. But you may still be able to get some of these at your local Laura Mercier counter or Sephora. And then we will need to start looking for them in some of those, you know, like the CCO, some of the like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the big lots of the outlet malls. The outlet mall makeup counters will probably end up having all the ones that they had left. So if you live near one of those, that would be a thing to look for. But this is Rich Vanilla. I can wear Natural Beige, Rich Vanilla, and Classic Beige. My best match is to mix a little bit of Rich Vanilla in with Classic Beige. Nothing gives the coverage and the glow like this mineral powder. And I have tried every single one. I mean, I can't imagine a mineral powder I haven't tried. I do like the Bare Minerals somewhat, but it's like I can make other ones do, but they never were what that is. So, what I have found that has really just replaced that, you know, when I used to go for that, now I can go for this, is the Trish Mcevoy mineral powders. Now I just bought these and they come like this, so you can put them in their little organizer, you know, book, or you can get the little cases that these go in, but I have just been using them in these, but it would look better if I had a case for them. But this color is what I wear like all over, and it's called the Even Skin Mineral Powder. And I believe this one is just called Beige. Yes, Beige. So that, like today, I have that all over my face, over the foundation that I'm wearing today, and just lightly. And I will show you in a minute what brushes I use with these. But this is what I have all over. And the color that I am really just in love with is this one, and it is, I think it's called Honey. And I told you about these. I think I had these in my favorite. Yes, Honey. So this is the color, and what I use this for, and what I use a lot of these for, is not only are they foundation powders, but I use them as, you know, like that first contour bronzer type product that I go in with. That way you're getting even more coverage on your cheeks and, you know, wherever you put them, and then you're also getting that dimension. It's kind of like a win-win, and this tone is just so pretty. So this is what I have on, like, I started out like right here on the perimeter of my face, and it's just beautiful, beautiful. It's a very, very soft pressed powder, and I think that that is something that gives you a little bit more coverage. When it's a little bit softer, it's going to pick up more product. And matter of fact, I told you it's not as bad now, but in the beginning I had to really barely touch it, and then I would use the top of this packet and just kind of, you know, push it in my brush so that it wouldn't just come right off, you know, the first place I put it. But now, since I have gotten that top layer off, it's a little bit easier to use. I really think if you are a Laura Mercier lover, you will like this. It gives a lot of that same glow, and the tone is really pretty. And Bridget, John just left to go to the gym, and so Bridget is going to start crying probably. I see you. I pushed her a little closer to the door. Maybe that will entertain her for a little bit. Okay, so there I pretty much finished up with the Trish Mcevoy. And one downfall is, like, this doesn't come in a lot of shades. I can't remember exactly how many, but I do remember liking the tones of these. And like I said, that's so important with me. Okay, I'm gonna go, gosh, I've already ruined going oldest to newest, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you an old favorite. So many of you probably already use this, but it's the MAC Studio Fix powder. Now, I do not think I would ever use this on its own, as far as just going right in with this with like the puff or something. I think it would be too matte, and it would be a little too cakey, because this really has some coverage. But I have NC35, which is the one that I use in case I am just, like, a lot of times I'll put on a foundation and I'll still have a little bit of like discoloration or just a little bit showing, but I know that I don't want to cake on more foundation. That is when I can go in with like some of this and, you know, just perfect my makeup look. So this is something that I use, you know, when I want just a little bit of extra coverage. This one is not particularly glowy. It's more of a matte, but not, I don't know, I don't feel like it's crazy matte. And even if it is, I would just, you know, use a setting spray and that would take that right out. But this is something that I always have, and I don't use this color as much as I use the NC45, which I like to use, again, kind of like the Honey, as a bronzer. So this, oh my goodness, it will give you the yummiest contour, and just, you know, it's just so pretty. But if you don't want to use something this dark, you know, you don't particularly want to use it as a bronzer, you could easily go and find more of a neutral shade. These come in lots of colors. They do come with like the puff. You can see I never use that. I always use a brush. And just this color, this is one of those things that I can be done with my makeup, and I look at my makeup and I'm just thinking, it's just something's missing. I can take that Sephora brush with the long bristles, I'll list it down below, and I can just dab a little bit in this, and it's kind of a soft powder, and just do a little bit like in my contour area. Full coverage, that glow, that warmth, everything. So this one is just good to have. I will always have this. Another MAC foundation, powder foundation, that I have loved for years. I can remember when this first came out, and I would just go through one after the other of these before I discovered some of my others, but it is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. Now this is going to give you much more of a glow than the Studio Fix. One thing I like about this is it does give coverage, not as much as some of these others, but it does give coverage. It's great to set your makeup. This, in fact, is a little bit safer. If you are going straight in after your foundation and you want to just set your makeup and you want just a little more color, a little bit more coverage, and a little bit more glow, this would be something good to use. It's a little bit safer than these, easier to use, and especially you could really use something like, I love the Laura Mercier dual fiber brush. I will also list it below. That is just one of my favorite brushes when I want just a light, you know, layer of something. You could use that with this. But if you haven't tried this, please do. There's so many different colors. This is the medium dark. There's different tones, and you may find that you want to try a couple of them, but medium dark is like my go-to color. Another that I have used for years, and they have repackaged it, is the Makeup Forever matte, what is this called? Matte Velvet Skin. And I have two colors. I have Y375 and Y505, and love these. These suckers will give you some coverage. I mean, major. I don't use this that comes with it, but if you're someone who just wants to try to just wear powder, then, you know, like for instance, if you are used to using the Chanel, gosh, what is the Chanel foundation? I'll put it right here. The one that, you know, you can use. It's kind of similar to Lancome Dual Finish. Then you could use this and it would be very similar. This just has amazing coverage, and my favorite brush to use with this powder is this one. And it is the Sephora brand, you know, their line. It's the kind that has a magnetic end, and you can kind of set it on this little magnet that they sell. There's just something fabulous about this brush. The shape of it is pretty awesome. It just picks up the perfect amount of product, and it just places it perfectly, and it buffs it in. It's just really good. So this is what I usually use for this product. Now this is the color that I would use all over if I want to just go in my cheeks, and, you know, say I'm using a foundation like Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I love that foundation, but for some reason it does not give me as much coverage as I would like. You know, Makeup Forever HD might be another one that I love the foundation, but it might not give me as much coverage on my cheeks. I would just go in with this and do a light layer, and it will take care of that. But this color is very similar to like the Studio Fix in the NC45. This one is it's much warmer and darker, and it looks scary, and it can be scary. You have to be careful with this color, but used correctly, it is just amazing. And I have actually looked online to see, you know, I might want to get one that is not so tawny, and get one that is a little bit more neutral for the winter time. But for the summer, this has been just amazing. It just, you can take this just the littlest bit and just apply it like this, and it doesn't leave like lines that you need to smooth out. It just instantly looks so pretty. It adds so much of that warm, sexy glow, and it's just really pretty. So you may not care for these colors that I'm choosing, but don't let that, you know, deter you from going and looking at it, trying it on, and maybe getting color matched and trying these, because they're beautiful. And last but not least is a dupe for the Makeup Forever, and it is the Sephora brand. It is their Matte Perfection Powder Foundation, and the colors I have are 36 Golden Fawn and 54 Warm Amber, and I use them in the same way. And I tell you, a lot of days, some days when I use this, I feel like this is better than the Makeup Forever. And then sometimes it just, I guess it probably depends on what foundation I have underneath it. And I'm never disappointed when I use this. So this is the lighter one, which is the Golden Fawn. So that is the color that I use all over, just like to set my makeup or add a little bit of extra coverage, is that one. But this one is gorgeous. It's the Warm Amber. And you can see that it's not as red or orangey or as warm as the Makeup Forever, and I think that's something good. I think that that works in my favor a lot of times, and it's just beautiful. It gives beautiful coverage. I mean, it's just like makes your skin flawless, and it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look too matte or flat, and it wears all day. I mean, these are the things that make your makeup just look good all day long, and this is just gorgeous. So it has a mirror, and I'm pretty sure it's less expensive than this. Let me show you the other two brushes I have been loving for these powder foundations. One is the LY05V, and this is the Louise Young powder brush, and this is in my favorites kit that I sell on my website, and it is just a beautiful brush. It's soft, but not too soft. It still picks up plenty of product. It's round, so it'll buff out your products, but you can also kind of strategically place them by using the side of it, and it's beautiful. This is one of those brushes I can use with my powder foundation. I can then, you know, it picks up the powder, but it releases it too. It doesn't get like those pieces of powder clogged in the ends. It's just a really, really good brush. The next one I have been loving is the BK Beauty 103 brush. And this is also beautiful. It's soft, vegan. Again, it picks up, a lot of vegan brushes will not pick up product like a natural hair brush will, but these two really do. And I'm sure this is probably, I don't know, it looks like natural hair, but this might be vegan too, I'm not sure. But this one also picks up the product beautifully, lets you put it where you want to, and you know, you can turn it on its side, you can use the tip just to get a little bit. And I was gonna see if let's use one of these light ones, and I'll show you. Let's use this NC35. It's probably the latest one that I've got, but so I'm gonna go in with this. Like if you wanted to lighten and clean up that underneath your contour. And let's just hit up here with this. The Studio Fix will knock out the shine. And I'm gonna use the very tip like this in here, and I'm gonna go right in here. And you can see that that does not look cakey, and it doesn't look too matte. I would just, if you're gonna touch up with it like I just did, just avoid your cheeks, because you still want those to be glowy. You never want to look too matte. That's just not a good look unless you are going for a particular look that is all matte, but I never want to go totally matte. So those are the brushes that I love. So I'm gonna do a quick outfit of the day, and then I'll be right back and tell you my accessories. Be right back. Okay, so today I have on yet another black dress, my favorite outfit. And this one is actually from last year. I will link it down below. I'm not sure it's still available. I believe it was Volcom. It was one of those surfy type brands, and I bought it at Nordstrom. And then today I am wearing my new Louboutin. They're not wedges, but they're the cork heel slingbacks. These shoes are beautiful. They're comfortable. They go with everything. They are one of my best purchases of the summer. I'll take these in the car with me in case I need to just run in and out of somewhere. I gotta go to the dry cleaners, you know, places like that. And I know that I will be wearing these. We're going out to dinner tonight, so I'll wear the Louboutin slingbacks tonight, and probably these during the day. And then for accessories today, I have on my Sheila Fajl polished gold hoops. I have on my Sheila Fajl rose quartz ring. I just wanted to wear a statement ring today. And I don't know who's out there beeping the horn. They're building a house next door, so it's getting ready to get noisy. And I have on my necklace from Oliver that I never take off. I have on my coin necklace from my parents. I got this way before YouTube. And then this is a Sheila Fajl Jolie chain. And I do have on, I've got some new Miranda Fry jewelry to show you, and I want to show you all of it on Friday, but I love this ring, and I love to wear it on this finger. And it's from the new, let's see if I can get it to focus. It's from the new fall collection, and I just think it is the prettiest ring, and it just looks so good. I'm not always crazy about wearing another ring with my wedding ring. I think it's just because I'm old-fashioned and just never have done that, but this one I think looks really pretty. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. and push the bell notification to be notified of my videos, and I will see you real soon. See you on Friday. Bye-bye.